Okay, so we're talking about hearing, and I'm specifically talking about the middle and inner ear. The outer ear consists of what? I mean, I kind of skipped the outer ear.
Your earlobe and stuff.
The pinna, right? The pinna is your outer ear, what you can actually see. The middle and inner ear is what I wanted to focus on. So, first of all, your sound comes in through the pinna, the outside of your ear, okay? Goes in through the ear canal, and it's going to, the ear canal is it's also included in the outer ear, okay? So the middle ear, you're going to start with your eardrum vibrating, okay? So the middle ear is going to have where your eardrum is vibrating, and then you have those vibrations are passed on to the small bones connecting the eardrum, okay? Connecting the eardrum to the cochlear. So these small bones are called the ossicles. They are as a group called ossicles. They are in order: hammer, anvil, and stirrup. I do not know whether or not you need to know them, those specific ones for the AP test. I don't know. But I put them in there just in case you came. So the ossicles are going to be these teeny tiny little bones within your ear that are connecting your eardrum to the cochlear. Okay? So the hammer, anvil, and stirrup will connect it to the cochlear. Then they will cause the cochlear to vibrate, which there's the cochlear, if you remember from your Play-Doh model, the cochlear is that kind of snail-shaped.
And isn't that to move the air around and get it back into the ear?
So the cochlear has actually fluid in it. And when the cochlear is going to vibrate, it moves the fluid in the cochlear.
Like this, the blinds.
The blinds?
Yeah.
Is it cochlea or cochlear?
It's cochlea.
I have heard it. Okay, so, okay, so moving the fluid and the cochlea then. And it's going to cause the hair cells in the lining of the cochlea to produce impulses in the nerve cells. So the nerve cells, and I think I have a picture up here, but I forgot to activate it first. The nerve cells, actually, it's just kind of like when we talked about the eye. Remember, and we said that the ganglion cells in the eye kind of converge and come together to form the optic nerve. Okay, same thing here with the ear is that you have these nerve cells that are coming together to form the auditory nerve. The auditory nerve is what will go and run into your brain and tell your brain what you're hearing.
Then the nerve cells in your nose are actually the hairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are the hairs actually nerve cells or are they just hairs?
I think they're just hairs. Don't hold me on that, but I think they're just hairs. Okay, so the semicircular canals that are on the by the cochlea is going to be also in the inner ear, and that also helps with balance. If you've ever talked to anybody, they talk about if they have like an ear infection, sometimes they'll throw off their balance. Okay, that more has to do with the semicircular canal. Those are going to throw off your balance. And those are also the reason why if little kids love to spin around really fast, And then they go and stand there and they're like really off center and kilter and they're swaying all over. That's because the semicircular canal is kind of all messed up. So I think I have it. There we go. There's my picture. Okay, so the auditory nerve sends the messages to the auditory cortex and the temporal lobe. This is the picture that I was looking for. So what we have here is we have a, up here. So we have our pinna. Okay, we have our auditory canal. Here is our eardrum. Here are our ossicles, the hammer, the anvil, and the stirrup. Here is our cochlea, and here's our semicircular canals. Okay, and then we have the auditory nerve that's coming out and going to the brain. And then this one, the eustachian tube right here, this was opening to the mouth, into your throat. Okay? So those are going to be kind of the parts that you need to know. Okay, so I wanted to give you some notes on the basic operation of the ear. I know you guys had to talk about it for your video for your Play-Doh ear, but I wanted to give you something also to look at. So, questions about this? All right, let's try